Mic check 1 2 1 2. Or rather, check a 1, check a 2, check a 3 4 5. XtremeTony coming at you with WCDL live. As we're here, January 23rd, 2026. You know, you gotta get that multi-league live stream fix. Okay, so how's everyone doing? This is your homeboy XtremeTony welcoming everyone to the live stream for WCDL Live. I'm going to start things off with the so-called Canadian hero, the very entitled Perch, saying that he should be a belt collector and winning all these championships only because he's Canadian. Bro, like, you know how many Canadian greats that I've seen? Like, one of my favorite wrestlers of all time is definitely Canadian, Bret the Hitman Hart. But yeah, Ahmed, welcome. Yeah, my favorite wrestler, one of my favorite wrestlers of all time is Bret Hart, like, of all time. It's like 1, 2, 3, in no particular order, Stone Cold, Bret Hart, and The Rock. I even have a shirt with all three of them, and it says, get the F back, or something like that. If you want to add a fourth to complete my Mount Rushmore of all-time great wrestlers, I'm going to have to add in the late, great Eddie Guerrero in that one. And then, one thing, I posted this promo for everyone to have a listen to and have a laugh or six. And it's gonna be a tough task for Mr. So-called belt collector going one-on-one here against this man right here, the big old pervert, Porkher the Hog, son of Porkher the Pig. One thing about WCDL is they have a lot of couples. Some pretty good tag teams. One thing I'm wondering, like, if it calls for it, I wonder who Perch can get to team up with it. Welcome, Apophis. And then Jaquay's like, let me in. Alright, here we go with the Canadian going up against the pervert. That's a good way to build this match. Two different styles here with. But one thing is like saying that you're a great wrestler only because you're Canadian is just like saying that just because you're related to Michael Jordan, you're automatically good at basketball. Even though there is some truth to it that Michael Jordan's sons were good at basketball, but didn't go pro. And one thing is that Michael Jordan doesn't credit his brother for being a better basketball player than him. Look at this. Oh, nice DDT. Yeah, here to play. About today, let's see. I got a chance to go to the gym, fight night, so I had my heavy bag gloves so I could start doing some punches and kicks. And yeah, I've been hitting the heavy bag for a good 13 years now, so it's what. And now, as you see here, Porkher the hog, he just snake eyes. So let me circle back to you guys here on the live chat. Ooh, 2 count. Just Perch taken out. Alright, so kick out there by Pierce Perch. Like, stay down, Pierce Perch. Whatever happened to on the group chat for? Now look at this. Nice double axe handle. Shades of Jimmy King on that one. I will kill you! And now look at this code breaker by Pierce Perch. Cover now. 2! Oh, kick out. He's definitely gonna have to do a lot more damage. I'll tell you that much. So right now I'm trying to. I'm very thankful that I have a little help here from my friends. I focus. And look at that back elbow, backhanded strike by Porkher. By Pierce Perch, and a kick out by Porkher the Hog. Yeah, one of the reasons why I decided to just split the live stream into 3 and give WCDL their own live stream. It's because, hey, they need to shine as well. Not just like have 2 or 3 matches in a double foot stomp, as Baxter Helms would call it, the M Bison stomp. And now look at that springboard moonsault by Pierce Perch. Cover. Like he put away the 350 pounder. No. 299%. Alright, so let's continue. So let's continue here. Nice big old suplex by the Hog, and a headbutt using that pig mask. Look at him flexing. Knocking down Pierce Perch, and right now the Hog is dominating. I honestly think that the fans for once are actually cheering for Porkher the Hog in this one, in contrast to many times booing him for being a pervert. I'm guessing that look at that suicide dive by Pierce Perch, that the entitlement is a bigger thing to boo. Anyway, and now look at this double axe with armbar on the outside by Pierce Perch, as the referee Maria Lopez with a 4 count. Younger sister of senior official Juan Lopez. Good counter by the Hog. And one thing is, I want you to notice the 100-pound weight difference between these two. The 250-pound Pierce Perch going up against the 350 Porkher the Hog. Even there's a slight height difference with the Hog being 6'5". Oh, damn. Taking a face first. And Pierce Perch being about 6'3", if I'm not mistaken. What's this? What? How do you pull off a spear? Cover. 1, 2. Oh, kick out. Yes, you can definitely say that this is awful. Irish whip. Look at this fast press. And Pierce Perch building momentum. And this Tanya, and look at the distraction by Mary the Sheep. Let's see here. So a neck breaker. I'm surprised he didn't rip his mask off with that one. Let's see what Pierce Perch is going to do next. Irish whip countered by the Hog. Big old clothesline. And now, as the action heads to the outside, and now Mary the Sheep picking up Pierce Perch. We got 3 people watching. Nice. Okay. Okay, let's continue to share the links. Okay. So I'm just reviewing to see what else was going to share the links. Because last Saturday, I had house show for Southern California CW that took place in 2006 compared to, in contrast to 1987, which, one thing, this Saturday, I'm going to resume the timeline to 1987 with Southern California CW, a big old body splash from the middle rope, crushing it with all 350 pounds of Porkher the Hog, and that's it. And Porkher the Hog getting a good win here. See, next match, we're going to have Ahmed the Egyptian the Third in action up against the Edgar. Edgar. It's like, and of course I can hear Edgar with this problem. I was like, this guy right here is like, no camera, cuh. And they confront each other like, man, fuck you, cuh. And I'm pretty sure after this match, Edgar and his Torta are going to be going to Six Flags or maybe Knott's Berry Farm or something. Oh wait, I forgot. Six Flags, I think, went down under, I think. Yeah, I swear, Edgar's are embarrassment. They make us Latinos look bad. See, being accompanied by his Torta, Camila. Because he wants to get that drip. Okay, some Air Force Ones. One of the things that bothered me the most is that cut, that Edgar cut, is like a tapered sides and back, and then it's like a big old fluffy mushroom top. I don't like it. Because what? one shot I definitely got to give out to is this like on social media called the Kickback Crew, and they make parodies of Edgar's, and they're pretty funny. There's also a reason, like this, just to put this argument to bed with the previous match. There's a reason why Perch is in WCDL, because he still needs to develop his talent. His things, because he's saying, oh, he wants to challenge the XGWL professional, the world title. Like, you're not ready, Perch. Quinn, what are you doing? Like, he's trying to hold my. I'm hearing a lot of things about WCDL 2k25. You see there, the Egyptian dynasty. Because he's a fourth generation talent, because his father competed in the 2000s. His grandfather started off in the 80s, the original Ahmed the Egyptian. And one thing about... Oh, good counter by this Edgar. Because he started to take this wrestling craft serious. And now Ahmed the Egyptian III with a big old bulldog. And now look at this, clamping him up with a face buster. As Ahmed the Egyptian III is dominating this one. Another thing about an Edgar is that this Taquache style. I wanted to have a big old pickup truck. Drinking a Monster and some hot Cheetos, or maybe some Takis. One thing, like, don't get me wrong, I like some Takis every once in a while, but it's not my go-to. And look at this reverse Boston Crab by Ahmed the Egyptian III. Also got a chance to do some laundry, by the way, just a little side note. As Edgar went face first in that exposed turnbuckle. And this Edgar tried to go high flying. I mean, I was surprised because most Edgars are like very skinny and very weak. I think Edgar Torta is like 5'7", 170 pounds. And now look at this. Ahmed the Egyptian III. Look at this. Oh! God damn! Look at that. Blockbuster to the outside. And now Ahmed the Egyptian III. Countered by this Edgar. It's like that counter, like that move to attempt. No Gamaka. Because one thing on YouTube, I actually was watching a video like how they made that stupid Edgar cut. Now DDT by Edgar, and now cover. Referee Maria Lopez, couldn't even get a 1 count. And La Torta putting in that Singapore cane. They're finally getting that weapon out of play. Oh, another face first again in that exposed turnbuckle. It's like what Camila did earlier is working against her man. Look at this. Nice tornado DDT. And now look at this. Big old splash to the back of this Edgar. Look at 80-pound weight difference between these two. And now the Egyptian, the third, top rope. Another nice blockbuster. And now top cover now. 1, 2. Oh, damn. 299% from this Edgar taking out. And now Camila taking the typical pad off again. After referee Maria Lopez put it back on, and now a big old leg drop from the top rope. Now, oh, roll up. No count. All right, let's continue sharing the wins. Let's see, look at this. Ooh, nice power bomb by Ahmed. As this third generation superstar continue the offense with that DDT. And I think this Edgar has been worn out. Both men missing with their respective maneuvers. And let's see what Ahmed the Egyptian the third's gonna do here. Oh man, I think he's gonna get what he deserves here. Look at this. Oh, taking this Edgar to Dick Kick City. And oh, he's going for it again. I'm like, really? Oh, I think he's had enough. And this Edgar just like won't quit. It's like, man, fuck you, cuh. And look at this arm drag by this third generation superstar. A big old hammer fist to the chest. That's whoa. It's like this Edgar's not done. He wants to keep fighting. Oh, really wrenching on the leg. So far, I have 467 subscribers on this channel. That's only 33 left. Is he going for the Bronco Buster? Oh, man. And now Camila with another distraction. And his Edgar rolling out of the ring with a quick breather. Trying to get a cheap shot in. Brianna cover. 1. Oh, reversal from the roll-up. 2. And Ahmed the Egyptian, the third, getting the win. This ring attire is very similar to what his grandfather wore. Alright, let's circle back to the match card. Alright, next match going to have Belle going one-on-one against Brie George. Let's see, because I have few more arenas here. WCDL Battle Zone. One thing, I might do an episode of WCDL Battle Zone one of these live streams to build up for but one thing though with that one I need to do, like, I'm gonna have to use universe mode for the live streams for any episode of Battle Zone and any WCDL Super shows. Okay. Remember, if you're watching, don't be shy. Drop a line and say hi. Here comes the country bumpkin, Belle. And her opponent, here comes Brie George. Oh my God. I want to be the best. And here we go. Yeah. But keep in mind that Edgar's supposed to be a joke. Kind of like Pierce Perch. Well, yeah. But one thing is, I do respect that Edgar more than I do Pierce Perch. And look at that. Showing, and Brie George showing some disrespect to Belle. One thing about the country bumpkin, she always has a lot of fight, a lot of no quit. And now look at this. Ooh, nice drop kick from the middle rope. Oh, but just the one count. Now there's Brie George. Oh, hits the swanton. And that's got to be it. 1, 2. Damn, 3 count. And good valiant effort by Betty Mae Belle, but Brie George was just too strong. Now, could this be an opportunity for Brie George to move up in the ranks, possibly get a shot at the WCDL Women's title? Because speaking of title matches, we are going to have the WCDL California Championship on the line in a steel cage match next between Hadetrius and Drake Mortis. Alright, so let's... Hey, welcome. Was that DJ Jax YGO? Okay. All right. So welcome to the chat. Make yourself at home. For the WCDL California Championship. Also got a chance to do some laundry. Oh, gotcha. Okay. Welcome, Danny Jackpot. I didn't know that you had an alternate account. One thing I wish I could do is add a filter and put like green flames or Hadetrius. Let's go, nephew. I forget that Hadetrius is part of the Nicmeri family because, man, one of the biggest wrestling dynasties in CAW is the Nicmeri family. I swear, nobody comes close. Nobody. The one wrestling dynasty in CAW that's a distant second is the Loco / Wright family tree. And that includes, the marriage between XtremeTony and Tammy, Tammy's parents and uncle, the trailer park crew, and then you have XtremeTony's granddad from his dad's side, El Tigre Rojo. You have to fill me in on the James Dark family. Let's see, and then of course XtremeTony's brother, Sergeant Arturo Loco, and then their cousin from their mom's side, back to the Max Richard, XtremeTony and Tammy's daughter, Brianna Loco. But aside from that, you have the father and daughter dynasty with Peter and Alice Blackwell over. They were created by Sherman. And you see there the steel cage and okay, Amy Dark Weisenowski, sister David the Tormentor Dark, father Jana Dark, daughter. I'm about to let me go through in the chat so I can read through all this. Okay. Jess Dark daughter, Joshua Dark brother. Okay. I'll keep putting it off, but I do want to hand draw the right/local family tree. That way you guys can have a visual representation of and look at this. Oh, nice cutter out of the gate by Drake Mortis. Well, yeah, so from CAW Underground. Okay. Way back when. I know it's been almost 20 years since I joined CAW Underground. Look at this. Big old standing moonsault with some theatrics. And now Hadetrius looking to punish Drake Morris from taking his title, because keep in mind, Hadetrius is the inaugural WCDL California champion, as he was crowned at XGWL Year in Review. Because there's like so much great talent in WCDL that they definitely need to have their own live stream. Hence, starting up WCDL Live. I do plan on, because one thing I did post on the Discord, that I do want to put a schedule out for upcoming super shows. There's one inspiration to have these super shows on the live stream is remember when the Big Fan in Stanford used the Starcade name for a house show? Well, that's what inspired me to do the bi-monthly super shows on the live streams. So one thing is that WCDL is going to have their own. And now look at this cover by Hadetrius. One and only. Definitely has to do more damage. One thing is, I know there aren't too many from 20 years ago that are still in CEW. Look at that leg drop, except for a few of us. And now look at this, going for a big old choke slam. Hadetrius, sending Drake Morris for the ride. And now the cover. Two, just one. Because as far as the bloodline of the Nicmeri family, there's also a few that have married into the Nicmeri family as well. And now Hadetrius starting his climb, his ascent on top of the cage. Now Drake Mortis seeing his title reign slip away. And now look at this, trying to save his title reign here. Continuously punching at Hadetrius, pulling him back inside the ring. Well, I used to be part of CEW Underground too. Oh, as was Sherman. And oh, damn, needed a mush there by Drake Mortis. Let's see it. And then Lucky 7, I came from Cause.WS, and and I was a part of that too. And that butterfly pile driver. And now Drake Mortis asking referee Maria Lopez to open the cage door, but seeing that Hadetrius getting back up on his feet, decided to continue the punishment. I know there's a few that I remember from back in the day. There was this one guy that did like a live stream, like a little podcast for like an hour long. And then, oh, goddamn, throwing him in the cage. And I remember Normster also did his own podcast. I know I had my own podcast in 2007 with the 10 Minutes of Extreme, then the Extreme Hour, and another one, the XtremeTony Show. And yeah, Tim Rage was co-host for a few of those episodes in mid-2007, right before I started up XGWL. And now Hadetrius, his second attempt to climb out of the cage, and Drake Mortis is... And now look at Hadetrius kicking Drake Mortis. Is he going to succeed? And now... Drake Mortis try to fight back. Try to punch him and pull him back in the ring at the same time. Ooh, good counter by Hadetrius as they're on that top rope. Oh! As we're starting things back to square one. Irish whip to the corner. Missing that stinger splash. Oh, big old clothesline by Hadetrius, a.k.a. Jimmy Nicmeri's nephew. Look at this. Oh, look at that springboard. Poison Rana by Drake Mortis, and now the cover. Oh, just a one count. Now forearm shot to the head. I think that may have busted open Hadetrius, and now look at that knee to the mush. As Drake Mortis just fighting like a rabid dog to retain his newly won WCDL California Championship. As like the stakes have been raised, not only a steel cage match, but also for a title. See, this is why it's important to have stories, and by telling a good story in the ring is important. Cover now, 1, 2, and Drake Mortis retains. Hey, give credit to Hadetrius for trying to regain his title. When Drake Mortis said, this title is mine now. You see that look in his face. It was like, this title now belongs to me. One thing because this match told a good story between these two. A man that wants to regain a title, and a man that wants to prove that he deserves to keep that title. And it showed how much both men wanted that title. That's why the emphasis of telling a good story in the ring first and foremost. Alright, let's go to the next match. And speaking of two wrestling dynasties, what we have here, the Nicmeri dynasty versus the Loco / Wright dynasty. Because here in WCDL, much like on the main roster, the on again, off again rivalry between Brianna Loco and Zeon Nicmeri, much like Tammy against Alexis Vixen, or Tammy against just about anyone in the XGWL women's locker room. Because you definitely have to have rivalries like that you can just go on again and off again, much like between Stone Cold and The Rock, or I'll even go out on the limb and say Cena and Orton, or Ric Flair versus Sting. As we have here, Nightmare 2.0, Zeon Nicmeri. Also, shout out to her brother, Marcus Nicmeri. I honestly think that Marcus Nicmeri needs to be treated better, but that's just me, though. And now still the WFA, and she's been the WFA champion for a long time now, as Brianna Loco. I'm not sure if it's third or fourth generation, because you have her parents, XtremeTony and Tammy, and then her granddad, her grandparents, Bradley and Sarah Wright of the Trailer Park Crew, and then on her dad's side, her great-grandfather, El Tigre Rojo. So Brianna Loco definitely has a lot of bloodline of wrestling running down her veins, much like with the Nicmeri. Oh, this is an interesting tidbit about the Nicmeris. Let me go into the chat and read it in full. Jimmy, Legitimate Kids, Calvin, Zeon, Daydream and Marcus, and Ollie, Jimmy, Illegitimate Kids, Zaku, Zara, Gopher, Rick Dumb, Shane. That's a lot of Now look at the springboard moonsault that Zeon gets out of the way. Because notice the height difference between Zeon, Nicmeri, and Brianna Loco. I think the Zeon is like barely 5 feet, maybe 5'1", whereas Brianna Loco is 5'10". Ooh, nice back suplex. Damn. And Brianna Loco rolling out of the ring. Now look at Zeon. Oh, suicide dive. Damn. Okay. You definitely got to give credit to Zeon Nicmeri for having a lot of fight in her. And now Brianna Loco coming back inside the ring. And let's see what's going to happen next between these two. Look at that. And, ooh, good counter by Brianna Loco. Because these two definitely have different fighting styles. Oh, nice maneuver with that gun stinger. Cover now. No count as Brianna Loco kicks out before referee Maria Lopez can even make a 1 count. Because one thing is she does get her viciousness from her daddy. Oh, what a kick to the mush. And then Brianna Loco getting a lot of her technical prowess from her daddy and a lot of the strikes from her mom. Look at this. Oh my God. Because even though both of them have won championships already, they're still the future of CEW. Now look at this. Zeon Nicmeri with a bow and arrow stretch. Ooh, shades of obsidian with that one. Damn. Now look at this nice standing moonsault by Brianna Loco. Shades of her mom with that one. And now countered by Brianna Loco. Now that springboard back elbow. And now the cover. 1, 2. Ooh. 2 count. Because Brianna borrows the athletic ability, the strikes from her mom, and the technical ability from her dad, and that charger suplex, and a 2.99% as Zeon Nicmeri kicks out. A nice back suplex, and a lot of training from Apollo, and also a bit from her granddad, Bradley Wright. You know, look at this dragon screw takedown. You know, ooh, little alley-oop. Okay, gotcha. Okay, so one of Brianna Loco's cousins. Oh, trying to go for a super kick. DDT. WFA. Okay. I'll definitely have to check that out because I know I've been so preoccupied with so many things. Now look at this. That Bronco Buster. And now look at this. Octopus stretch. And no. Oh. Damn, that was very innovative by Zeon Nicmeri. And now the cover. 2-0. 2.99%. And damn, what a form shot. Ooh, kick to the back. And now Brianna Loco looking to take the momentum back. And now look at this. That Porkher Romanov shades of her dad from that one. And now look at this nice back suplex by Brianna Loco. And again, you don't need a gimmick match to tell a good story in the ring, just like with this match right now here. A battle representing 2 wrestling dynasties. 1, 2. And Zeon Nicmeri gets the win. Damn. What a win by Zeon Nicmeri. Despite the size difference, the tenacity that she gets from her dad. Definitely a good match between these two. There's no question about that. Alright, so not even alright, because one thing is that it definitely should be alright, so we're gonna have the Romanov brothers and Wrath against the Guapo Rage. And here comes the WCDL Tag Team Champions. Victor on the left, Vincent on the right, the Romanov brothers. And their dad, Alexander Romanov, who competed in Southern California CEW and also in TWF. So yeah, this is our main event. The Romanov brothers from Russia. No one, what I should do is I should have their father manage them. That would be interesting to see. Alexander Romanov being on his gray hairs. Much like how Vincent Nicmeri is currently. One thing about Vincent Nicmeri in 2006, I think he should have a little bit more meat on the bone. And now their tag team partner, the WCDL champion, Gotcha. Okay. Because one of the things that's very important when it comes to creating a profile for your CW character is like include everything like date of birth, even though it's a fictional character, height and weight, and be consistent with the particulars. As you see there, Wrath, the WCDL champion. I honestly think he should be back on the main roster, but he's been a bit of a gatekeeper. It's like, if you can beat Wrath, then you're definitely worthy of being called up to the main roster in XGWL. Probably one of the reasons why I've kept Wrath in WCDL for so long. It's like, if you can beat him, then you're definitely worthy of being called up to the main roster. Because one thing there's a reason why a lot of wrestling companies have these quote-unquote gatekeepers. It's like, if you can beat certain talent, it's like you pass. Like for example, in the women's division, like if you can beat Ruby, you can definitely since '99. Because Wrath has been the champ for so long. It's like there really hasn't been anyone that can beat him for that WCDL title. And Wrath has been one of the longest reigning champions in XGWL history, whether it's the main roster or WCDL. And here comes the Guapo Rage. Tim Rage and Carlos El Guapo. And one of the biggest accidents that and as far as me creating CW characters, that this is an accident, but Carlos El Guapo kind of looks like a Mexican Sean Waltman. Again, but purely coincidental. That wasn't my intention. Sometimes these things happen. When I design a CW character, I was like, how do I want to make them? And then I just let the creative process work, and then that was just the end result. Purely coincidental. Anyway, their opponents, or the tag team partner of the Guapo Rage, Cole Quinn, the indie sensation. Because you know what would be interesting? If Cole Quinn were to get his Rocky moment and challenge Wrath for the WCDL title. Because he's been around since, 2018? One thing about Cole Quinn, he's been around a lot of CAW leagues since 2018. I swear, one of the best original characters that 2K has ever come up with since they started. And no, Baron Blade and easily Baron Blade is the worst. With the exception of his redesign in 2K19, when they made him to be like the owner that runs BCW. And no, not Boston Championship Wrestling, a CEW league, or Badass Championship Wrestling that I remember from the late part of the 2000s and early 2010s by a guy named the Nameless One. Yeah, back elbow. And now look at this cover now. 1 count. But I will admit that a great indie promotion that 2K come up with DVD. And now the tag too. Vincent Romanov. Oh, look at the size difference between these two. And like that's not gonna work on Vincent Romanov. That's Belle and Guapo. Okay, cool. On 2K19. There's been so many talents that have come and gone. On 2K19, 2K20, and then early 2K24. There's mostly random generated PW. And I would tag too, Victor Romanov. And now look at Tim Rage getting involved now in the action. Let's see, Irish Whip, a place that Tim Rage does not want to be in the corner of the Romanovs and Wrath. What'd you play? I hear that. I don't know where I heard this from or seen this on social media or something, but they say that a cat's purr is supposed to heal the human body. I can't verify that. So I can't say for sure. Now, Quinn getting the tag, and now Wrath getting the tag, and now that drop kick. And the fans are getting behind Quinn here, and look at that suplex. A big old underdog here against this behemoth. Look at the size difference. I think Quinn's like 5'11", 210 or something. Oh, nice bulldog. Now look at this big old belly to belly by Wrath. And now tagging in Vincent Romanov. Big old power slam by Vincent Romanov, cover 1 and only. And now Belle and Guapo try to sacrifice himself to buy some time for Quinn. Nice heel kick by Quinn. Another hook kick. It didn't phase Vincent Romanov. And now look at these strikes. And now tagging in Tim Rage. And the crowd here behind Tim Rage. I would like to see a match between Tim Rage and Wrath for the title. Cover now. 1 counter. Vincent Romanov kicks out. What a clothesline by Vincent Romanov in a drop kick. Flexing, showing out. Oh, that's so good. Oh, punch to the midsection. Ooh. Ooh, kick out.
No. Ooh, takes to the midsection.
Wrap.
Now Quinn going for the cover. 1, 2. Ooh.
Now the tag. Ooh. Rathian the win for his team. Alright, let's start wrapping things up. That 6-man tag, pretty good, huh? Alright, so let's start wrapping things up. So if you like what you see, give a like, comment, subscribe, and share throughout all the socials. So with all that being said, it's been your homeboy XtremeTony. Gracias for watching, y como siempre, everybody, adios. We'll see you guys mañana with XGWL Live.